It's all about shrimps, simply shrimps. Hello and welcome to this video where I'll be showing you how to acclimate your shrimp. That's fairly simple to do. You've gone out and bought your shrimp or you've ordered them online and they've come. What you want to do is you want to get yourself a little plastic Tupperware container, empty the shrimp from out of the bag they were sent to you in or you bought them in and put them into the container. Make sure the container is only 1/3 full of the water that was in that bag. The reason being is you're going to put 2/3 of the container full of your tank water, and that's going to help acclimate them, get them used to your tank conditions before you just put them in. I'd never recommend dumping them in your tank because that can shock them and cause them to die, which is not good. So some of the things you're going to need to acclimate your shrimp, let me show you. So you're going to need an airline tubing. Now the length of this is, well, basically from your tank to the floor or a lower level. Now you want to make sure that one end of the airline tubing can fit near the bottom of the tank inside, can come up and over and out and down to the floor. So that's how I've measured this length. What you're also going to need is an air stone. And the reason for the air stone is when you attach it to your airline tubing, which you can go ahead and do now if you've got them both handy, when you put it in your tank, it's actually going to provide some weight to the bottom and keep it anchored there, so it's not going to drift out and fall out and stop the acclimation process. Now at the other end of your airline tubing, you can go ahead and tie a simple knot, just a granny knot to be honest. Whoop. Now you want to do it fairly tight, but not too tight so as water can't flow through. And this is basically your acclimating device thingy majiggy, and I'll show you how it works in a minute. A couple more things. You'll need a plastic spoon / scoopy thing, not too big. This is on the verge of being a little bit too big, but it's the only thing I could find, and that is for scooping your shrimp out of the container when you're done with the acclimating process and putting them into your tank. You'll also need a clip, and that's just to clip the end of the tube into the container with your shrimps in, so again it doesn't fall out and go all over the floor and cause a mess, which wouldn't be good. So just a little bit of a safety line there. So you can go ahead and put the end of the airline tubing, which has got the air stone on, into the tank you wish to put your new shrimp into. Just like so. Now it doesn't have to go all the way to the bottom, but as long as it's more than halfway down, just to stop it falling out, which is what the air stone is going to help prevent anyway. Now with the other end, you're going to want to suck on it. No pun intended. Okay, so now I've got the water to the end. I'm just going to pinch it to prevent the flow of water coming out. I'm now going to lower this down into the Tupperware container which I have my shrimp in, and that's going to cause a siphon effect, and the water is going to flow out of this tank, through the pipe and down into the container. So let me show you that. Okay, so here are the shrimps and here is the tube. Now if you see, I let go, the water is going to start to drip out slowly. About 1 drop a second is plenty to do this process. It will gradually get them used to the water conditions / temperature, and it's not going to overshock them. Now this is where that bulldog clippy thing will come into hand, just to stop it from falling out. Whoops. So I'm just going to actually clip it onto it. Ooh. There you go. So you can see it dripping out there. So this procedure is generally going to take around 45 minutes to an hour, or until the water level is 3 times the amount that's already in there. Remember I said you want to have 1/3 already in there, and you can fill it up 2/3 with the new tank water so they can adjust to it. So I'll let that crack on and I'll get back to you when it is full up. Whee! Just a quick tip, if you want to slow the rate at which the water's dropping out, just tighten the knot a little bit, and vice versa, if it's going too slow, then just loosen it off a bit. Easy as. Okie dokie, so it's been just about 1 hour, and as you can see the water level has got almost to the top, 2/3 higher than it originally was, possibly a little bit more, and that doesn't hurt. So now I'm going to use my scoopy scoop here to scoop them out and put them into the tank so they can settle in nicely. So let's crack on with that. So you want to try and keep as minimal amount of this water going back in the tank as possible. Oh, there we go. There's a load in there now. So just the last one now. Oh, try not to squash him or her. Yes, got you. Oh, no. You in there? Yes. Okay, so that's the last one going in. Yes, there they are. Double check that it is the last one. All good. So they're all in there now, scavenging the bottom for food. I'd recommend probably not feed them for 24 hours just to let them truly acclimatise and scavenge for food themselves, as I just said. So I hope you enjoyed this video and you learnt how to acclimate your shrimp safely for the next time you purchase shrimp. So enjoy shrimp keeping and I'll see you soon. Goodbye.
It's all about shrimps, simply shrimps. Let's keep them shrimp, simply shrimps. Do 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 do.